You might have heard of vernacular architecture, but have you heard of vernacular interior design? It is basically a design style that focuses on authenticity and local identity through the use of available local materials. Today, I'll be giving you a tour of a house that has effectively used this style of interior design. This house is by no means a tiny house, but its authenticity and creativity have earned it a feature on this channel.
Good evening. I'm Beatrice Matthew. We met a little bit earlier, I think, and I'd like to welcome you to my country home. We're in Nanyuki. It's called Mokema, but the Mokema side that's near a town. It's like a 12 to 15-minute drive from town. So look, can you see the bush? Show them my bush. I have planted almost all of these. The dense ones, which are guinea, is local to this area and shows that you have water not too far underground, which is such a blessing in a dry area. But the rest, the plants, the vines, I planted one at a time. And many of them, when I had no more money to start building or continue building or finish building, I bought trees of 25 bob, 50 bob, 100 bob, so that I feel like I haven't given up on my dream. That every day I'm doing something, even if it's buying eggs for my chicken to sit on, I'm doing something towards the goal. This is the fire pit. We sit and roast a little bit of meat or sit in the evening and enjoy. The mountain, she's through there. So I have built, those are my human beings. I have built the homes facing the mountain and paying homage to the mountain. And where I face when I pray, not because God sits there, but because I look up to the mountain where my help comes from. We sit here and have meals when it's very hot. All this bush and trees cool it's like a natural AC. I have built the house with mabati because that's what I could afford at the time. But because of the bush, my home is very cool. And my floors are mazeras. I'll show you in a minute. So through here, again, this is just natural stone that we get from the quarry. It's not very expensive. And then you pour a crusher dust on it. Na kukinyesha, the crusher dust compacts itself and you have a path that is almost constructed. Do you want to see? Instead of buying stones or getting flagstones or buying mazeras, this is just from the quarry. As it was, put it down, crusher dust, and you have a walking path. We roast our meat here. Here we have an outdoor bar for breakfast or drinks or whatever grabs your fancy. Out here I have an outdoor kitchen for making breakfast, eggs, roasting meat over there and making some mokimo and just sitting in the bush. Pomegranate trees, I have lemon, look what, everything and anything. If I visit you or you visit me and you bring me something I can grow, heartbeat, you're speaking to my heart. Because it's the life, it's life, it's life-giving. This home I have built, I started doing it in 2018 and it took me forever, actually 2017, and I stopped many times because of being let down by fundis, because of money running out, because of school fees, because of life happening, because of me doubting myself. This home looks lovely, but the amount of doubt I have had to overcome to get this far. Why am I telling you that? Because if you're there doubting yourself and your ability, remember I built all of this, having never built a home myself, having no background, and all the architects telling me the designs they were doing were big runda houses, because we are seeing this girl has come from corporate. I was in BAT, I was in Safaricom, I was in Australia. So I'm like, ila nyumba itamfaa ni nyumba ya runda, but me I wanted a simple country home. Malenge that I grow my own self, goats that I milk, chicken eggs from my own gokos, rabbit meat. So this side is where we have breakfast. These are my beautiful human beings. This is our table for breakfast. There is another outdoor space. And just look at this deck. Isn't it welcoming? Why am I showing you all this? I have been on sabbatical going 7 years. And I have decided to go back into corporate because the reason I went into sabbatical was really to hands-on raise my children. And so now my girls are grown. It's time for me to go back in corporate. So sabbatical works. Time out for women also works. So come through, come through, come through. This is an open plan house, double volume ceilings all the way. The fundis thought I was crazy. This is what I wanted. Then because you couldn't see the trusses very well, I painted them black against a white background. My fireplace is on the corner. It's a double fireplace, one inside, one outside. And then I have these lanterns. Unajua zile za mafuta taa? Those are my lights. I know a lot of people have done them, but because you're going to see a lot of things that look really fancy here or really well thought out, but many came out of a necessity. When money ran out and I looked for an alternative, this is it. And I'm showing you my home not to show off. I share it only because I want other people to imagine this for themselves. This and much more. And regular girls like me who worked hard, struggled, failed many times, and still did it. So you can too. This is there was a window and I broke down the window to have 2 doors to let in a lot of light, and then all the cool and air conditioning from the trees that I have planted. So the home is very cool. Another thing you'll notice is my floors. They are natural stone. Mazeras, the carpets are leather. Would go to Kamukunji and buy hide, and then stitch it from wale fundi wa viatu and stitch it and make this huge, beautiful carpet from reject ngozi. This is my pride and joy, one of my prides and joys. My kitchen, the kitchen cost me under 10,000 shillings. People never believe me when I say that. Why? All these counters and surfaces were reject from the timber yards before it became fashionable to do the rustic look. And then this was remaining backup stone, remaining stone. This is pieces of timber that couldn't be used anywhere. So is my staircase while we are at it. My staircase is reject. What another person did not need became my pride and joy and beauty. So these were 1, 2, 3. I think it cost me 6K on the high end. And mostly that 6K was transport to get it here. Same case with this. We just sand it down, extra stone. Look at my Le Creuset. I started buying it soko mjinga in Nanyuki because I couldn't afford Le Creuset. But I'll buy a piece at a time so that one day I will afford my own. And that's really much it. This is those things for frying meat, fish in the market. I didn't have money to finish. You see these counters, same thing. This was leftover mbao. This is from Mjengo. And you just modify it because then it looks beautiful. But it's because I had no more money. Money finished. Money finished. Come, let's see the bedrooms. Let me show you something else. You see my doors? These doors were planks of wood. Again, same concept. You put 3 pieces of wood, you do a Z on them, and you have doors. Oh, I'll show you the handles. Come see the handles for my doors. Koji. And it works. And I have posh people paying a lot of money to stay in my house, but it's not very expensive, so you can come and stay. This is one of the bedrooms. A simple bedroom. Nice trusses. It's cladding. It's not real timber. I probably shouldn't tell you that. But it's timber. We make our shelving on site, very simply. I buy the timber leftover and a few pieces of chuma, and we have wardrobe, guest bathroom with a shower, second bedroom, and bathroom. That's for one of my daughters. Yo, look at my curtains. Again, from the market, they're velvet and long. Don't kazana to not do the thing you want to do at because of course you can always find a way. Come through. See how beautiful it is. See, you can see the outdoor kitchen from here. Can you see it? Come over here, you will see it. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes. Imagine I've lived here 7 years and I'm still in awe that this is my home. So over here we have a bar for my guests. I stopped drinking over a year ago, but we still have nice drinks for guests. This is mother's quarters, my personal space. Shamelessly built my own space upstairs. My daughters get the ground floor because now they're older, and I get the upper deck. This is where I drink my morning tea. I love a good cup of tea. And I read my books here. And the mountain is right through there. She's hiding today. She has her moments. But I built the homes, this and the cottages that you saw, all facing the mountain. So the apex faces directly into the mountain. This is my lounge. No TVs because we talk. We have conversation here. No TVs. It was there before we discovered it wasn't working. It had been maybe a year. This is my bedroom. Karibu. But every time I even say I've really moved out of this home. I have moved out because it's too big for me. And I've realized what I really need is a homely space that fits me. So I'm moving into a tiny home, a 2-bedroom log home. It's out in a shamba. But this is available for you to come and visit. This is the bathroom. Oh, come through, come through. See. This is where I have breakfast. No, this one is not the breakfast one. This one, we see the Aberdares, and the sun sets gloriously over the Aberdares, and it goes orange and red. And then this is jasmine that smells so beautiful. I would check the bedroom. This could be you. I think I did a good job.
You did.
I did a good job.
You did.
Have you shown them the bathroom?
Not yet.
Go show them the bathroom.
All I've shown you are just snippets of this house, and now I get to show you the whole house with no interruption. Watch till the end.
benefit, one of the biggest benefits of all the challenges I have experienced, both in corporate and then moving from corporate to village living, and still staying true to myself, but chasing dreams that before I thought were impossible, that I couldn't do both corporate and then slow down and raise my children or set up my retirement plan and my future cash flow initiatives, and then have the audacity to go back into corporate. But I have been able to do so. And through more failures than successes. But like they say, what you need is a couple of yeses. Doesn't matter how many no's. And the one thing I have promised myself is if I can help somebody else not go through those pitfalls or minimize them and guide them and tell them right ahead of you there are 4 pitfalls. You can avoid 3 of them if you do this, that, and the other. This is why I coach. I'm a transition coach. I help people make major life transitions, especially out of corporate, back into corporate, or set up long term plans for their future, navigate changes, major changes in their lives. I am not a healer. I don't prescribe treatment of any type of form. I just teach and train and share my experience and help you navigate and minimize the challenges and the pains that will potentially find you ahead. Doesn't mean you won't find those challenges. You will. But isn't it better if you're prepared? Isn't it better if you have a game plan and you come in armed? This is what I do. So reach out if you'd like my services. I'm not cheap. I don't try to be cheap. But mistakes are expensive. So come and work with me. Kananu.